told them that the deal is we'll do something for the rare earth and some oil, et cetera, and that'll be all right. And they agreed to it more or less. And then Scott Bessent actually went there and was treated rather rudely because essentially they told him no.
The Trump administration is still pursuing an agreement with Ukraine over the besieged country's rare earth minerals, even though the initial negotiations did not get off to a positive start and led to frustration in Washington. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent presented the proposal to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and many of the details remain unclear, though the framework of the deal calls for U.S. investment in Ukraine's rare earth minerals project, seeking roughly a $500 billion return to recoup the billions of dollars the U.S. military aid provided to Ukraine throughout its war against Russia. Trump administration officials have described the deal as a long-term proposal to bring the two countries closer together economically and have been frustrated with Ukraine's rejection of the initial offer.
I think President Trump is very upset at President Zelensky, and in some cases, and rightfully so. Look, number one, Joe Biden had frustrations with Zelensky. People shouldn't forget it. There are newspaper articles out there about how he cursed at him in a phone call because Zelensky, instead of saying thank you for all your help, is immediately out there messaging what we're not doing or what he's not getting.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio also said Zelensky was initially supportive of the proposal, but acknowledged that he needed government approval to finalize the deal. Then days later, it came out that he had declined the offer. It was reported that the Trump administration presented a new framework for the deal. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz expressed optimism in Zelensky accepting the deal.
Well, look, here's the bottom line. President Zelensky is going to sign that deal. And you will see that in the very short term. And that is good for Ukraine. What better could you have for Ukraine than to be in an economic partnership with the United States, number one? What better could you have for Ukraine to stop the killing, number two? And you know what? We have an obligation to you all, the American taxpayer, to recoup the hundreds of billions of dollars that have been invested in this war.